love it. Thank you. I have that. And I don't have the sheet that tells us what we do. If you could put it in the middle, that'd be good. And then right after that, we have I'm ready.
All right, good morning, Unity of the Valley Spiritual Center. Could you please stand for our opening song, Rise and Shine. This will be a new one to you, and so we invite you, when the chorus comes around, it's in italics, to rise and shine, it's a new day. This is kind of fun, but we know you can do it. You have to just watch Anton. He'll help you out.
Rise and shine, it's a new day. A different path, a different way. Bring your dreams of work and play. Rise and shine. Journey to your destiny through endless possibility. You cannot fail, your heart is free. Rise and shine. Here we go.
Keep them up.
Rise and shine, it's a new day. Rise and shine, there's a new way. Rise and shine, it's a new day. Rise and shine, there's a new way. Rise and shine, your inner light illuminates your path so bright. The rainbow's end is in your sight. Rise and shine. Rise and shine, it's a new day. Rise and shine, there's a new way. Rise and shine, it's a new day. Rise and shine, there's a new
Thank you for doing that new song with us.
So blessings to you all for coming here. We asked
for Spirit to permeate this day with creativity, with health, prosperity, and a new outlook. And those blessings fill us, and through us, we become a beacon of light to all those in our lives, in our community, and in the world.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
After that wonderful rise and shine, we're going to have Danica come up. She has done this many times, so she is going to teach me as usual. We're going to light the Christ candle. And we look at her and we see the light that is within this beautiful child. And we can think about how happy we are to have her here.
We got a new candle.
Yeah, a new candle.
And it's not lighting.
It's not lighting? Let's see, can we hold it up? Let me pull it up a little bit. Let's see if that helps. Now let's try. There we go. Where there's a will, there's always a way, right? Okay, come on, beautiful. And here we are, and we will behold the Christ in this beautiful young lady. So let's do that. We don't have any other children here, do we? Okay. Danica, you are a beautiful child of God, perfect in every way. You are loved unconditionally, just the way you are. And if that is true for her, that is also true for us. So let's also bless ourselves. I am a beautiful child of God, perfect in every way. I am loved unconditionally, just the way I am. Oh, we have someone else that just came in. So right now she's going to be going to her class with her teacher as we sing her way to class. As I said good morning before, but my name is Phyllis Flemings, and I am your service assistant today. It's always an honor for me to be here and serve as service assistant. We have Laura, and I want to make sure I'm getting this correct, because I know it's Antone, but I want to make sure I'm getting his name pronounced correctly. Antone Mizerak.
Mizerak.
How about that? Just a little off there. Mizerak. I was close, he said. Mizerak and Laura Berryhill. Now, they are going to be doing our service basically today. Our music, our talk, the whole thing. But I told them, I said, I'm going to read this because I want to make sure I don't miss anything. But Antone studied history of religion from the phenomenological approach. He received his MA from UCLA. Laura holds an MA in music history from the University of Oregon. As musicians, the two of them have given hundreds of transformational healing music events throughout the Western states and at their own performance venue in Mount Shasta. They have gained increasing recognition as speakers and presenters for their unique blend of inspiring musicality, entertaining storytelling, and personal insight. Antone has operated a recording studio in Mount Shasta, California, we know, since 1986, and has composed, recorded, and released one of the top-selling healing CDs. When Angels Dreams, that was the name of the CD series. Since 2015, Antone and Laura have been music directors of the Spiritual Living Retreat in Asilomar. They frequently use their musical tools for transformation while guiding spiritual pilgrims on mountain tours at Mount Shasta. So we're happy to have you here. And thank you for coming and honoring us. Now, do we have chaplains here today? Would you stand? There's Pat Flores and Cheryl Potts. We have 2 chaplains here today, and they will be available after the service to pray with you. Something you might want to celebrate, something you may really just need some prayer, some inner guidance. So whatever, they will be up here, and everything is kept confidential, so feel free to come up after the service and meet with them. Thank you for being here. We're grateful to our chaplains. And also, you know, we have our streaming, and we have all our videos and our audios, and we are so grateful to Thomas and to John. And Warren is always available to assist in any way possible, so we're grateful to you as well, Warren. Okay, the next thing on our agenda, welcome to everybody. I want to share the community highlights. You know, we always look forward to that, don't we? We can hardly wait to hear these community highlights. We have the Bunko Bash. It's back. We will have it on Saturday, August 26th, from 5:30 to 9:30. So come and join the fun. $20 per person from age 12 and up. Salads, desserts, door prizes, raffle. What can you do? You don't want to miss that. Now, the Unity Yard Sale will be held on September the 2nd. So if you have items that you would like to sell and you would like to participate, applications are available now in the Great Hall, or contact the church office. The deadline is August 25th. So you can see Pat Kalk, Sydney Hulbert, Tish Waterman, Catherine Patterson for more information. Okay, I see Cindy is over there. Yeah, thank you. The LGBTQIA+ workshop is called Navigating. You know, he was here before. He did a wonderful workshop, but he's coming back now to do a workshop. It's Reverend Brock Ford. He will be doing a workshop, Navigating the Path of Diversity and Religion. It's going to be on August 5th. It's going to be in the social hall from 10:30 till 12:30. And as I said, Reverend Brock Ford will be facilitating that. Next Sunday, our own James Marino will be our guest speaker. We remember James. He did a wonderful job before. He will be back. And there will be a water ceremony following the service. In order to find out what that is, you will need to be here. Now, I would like to invite Bob Panzer to come up, please.
I want to give a report on yesterday's annual Unity Lagoon Valley cleanup and picnic. We had about 15 large bags of probably over 100 pounds of litter that we removed from around the lake to make it more beautiful. And we were led by our captain, Greg Kennedy, who did a very great job efficiently organizing us to do a lot in those few hours in the morning when it was in the 80s and low 90s. So I want to acknowledge Greg for what he did to help us. And then we had a lovely picnic. We gathered at the Peña Adobe Pavilion, and the weather was fine. What were we worried about? And so we escaped before it got to 100 degrees. So it was a wonderful day, and we'll do it again, but I think we'll do it in January next year. I want to recite the Earth Care vision statement because We are a certified Earth Care Unity program here. We've been certified by Unity Worldwide Ministries. And we have a covenant, but I'm going to read the vision statement first, and then I would ask you to recite with me the Earth Care Covenant. The vision statement is, Unity of the Valley Spiritual Center is committed to upholding our spiritual oneness with the earth, with each other, and with all living things. So together, let's recite the covenant. We, as a spiritual community, are committed to being ecologically responsible stewards of our earthly home. We affirm that we hold a deep respect for all life and a sincere reverence for the interdependent web of all that is. We envision and take action now to create a world where all life shall thrive in harmonious interdependence. With compassion and gratitude, we strive to bring awareness of the balance of nature to ourselves and to others. Let us join together as we mindfully support the well-being and protection of our natural environment and the world beyond. We declare our covenant with God to walk lightly upon this beautiful earth as we hold this vision for the greatest good of all creatures. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Now for our statement of faith, will we repeat that together? There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good. And let's remember that. Okay.
I think How wonderful to play music for a church where, as Bob has let us know, we're the hands and feet of God. And if we want the lagoon clean, it's up to us to clean it. And then how does the lagoon get dirty? And we have that other statement, there's only one presence and power in the universe, which is God. And so our talk is on using music as tools for transformation. I only write one song a year, and the song that I wrote this year tries to bridge that gap between our responsibility, trying to see good everywhere, and what happens when we run into situations that don't mirror that. And it's something that comes from the Course in Miracles. So in the Course in Miracles, it states that every interaction that we have is either an expression of love or a call for love. An expression of love, we're giving love, or a call for love, we or somebody else needs love. So sometimes it takes a while to see this, and my great awakening event was my relationship with my mother. My mother lived into her 90s, and she raised me as a vegetarian. She was into New Thought back in the 1950s when I grew up, and so I was raised in this tradition. But like some people who have found something, they think that they can sort of make it so everybody else does it the same way as them. And that was tough. Pardon?
Are you saying that your mother was slightly manipulative?
I guess I might say that.
We can say that here, it's okay.
And toward the end of her life, it got worse. She got tinnitus, and she didn't really understand that tinnitus is something internal, so she thought her neighbor was sending a death ray. She'd had a dispute with this neighbor, and he actually worked as a neurologist, so she thought he'd actually invented a death ray, and was, whenever he was home, he would turn it on and beam it at her. So every time I went to visit her, I was no son of hers, and I would get disinherited if I didn't go over and confront this neighbor, which was difficult to deal with. Then, the last year of her life, she had things called TIAs, which are like mini strokes. And a most incredible, amazing, bizarre thing happened. She had one very strong incident, and the part of her brain that knew how to manipulate died. She couldn't manipulate anymore. And it took her a week kind of to transition. And for the last year in her life, whenever she wanted love, she just asked for it. And after 90-some years of doing it the other way, it was obvious that all those manipulations were just a call for love. She wanted to die in her house, and she ran out of money. I was a touring musician, and touring musicians do not make a lot of money. So in order to keep her in her house, I had to do over 200 shows a year on the road. And I remember right at the end, she stopped eating, and I was in Southern California. I made my way up to San Francisco, and I got a call, and I knew it was time to just break off the tour. I had promised her that I would sing the Tara chant that I wrote for her as she passed. That was her request. So I called her up. She hadn't spoken a coherent word for a week. I called her from Trader Joe's in San Francisco, and I said, "Mom, I know you're not doing well. I'm coming home. I got to go to Mount Shasta. I'll get there tonight. I'll be there in the morning, and I'll stay with you until you pass." And I don't think, actually, I just told her I was in San Francisco. At the end of the call, I said, "Well, Mom, I'm in Trader Joe's. I got to go through the checkout stand, so I have to hang up." All of a sudden, she said, "The assortment." What? She hadn't spoken a coherent word. "The assortment." "Mom, what are you talking about?" "Chocolates, you idiot." "Mom, you're not even eating. What do you want chocolates for?" "I want to give them away to the wonderful people who are taking care of me." That's the last thing she ever said in her life. So that really hit home these deep teachings. I know the Course in Miracles are something that's sort of part of Unity, sort of part of Center for Spiritual Living. We're music directors up in Medford, Oregon, for a church that's combined Unity and Center for Spiritual Living. They figured better to combine and thrive, and they are thriving with a combined church. And so music can transform us in various ways. One of the ways is through the message of the music. So I'm going to play this song that just has a message of transformation. Then we're going to go on to an experiential type of transformation, and finally end using music as what they call in Asia, in India, a sadhana, a spiritual practice, where we combine music with visualizations and various other things to give us a deeper, full body experience that facilitates our transformation and our remembrance of that indwelling presence within us, because that's what all these teachings are about. They're about aligning us more with that inner spirit that indwells within us, that unites us all. So this song is called An Expression of Love, and
You'll be able to see the words
Yeah.
on the...
you don't have to sing along, but we put them there just so you can.
But you're welcome to if
Yeah.
you like.
Every little thought, every little deed, every little want, every little need is an expression of love, an impression of love, a procession of love, or a call for love, a reflection of love, a perception of love, a connection to love, or it's a cry for love. Once I finally realized how much this life was worth, I began to make amends to all that I had learned, an expression of love. An impression of love. Once I finally realized how much this life was worth, I began to make amends to all that I had learned, an expression of love, an impression of love, a procession of love, for love, a reflection of love, a perception of love, a connection to love, or a call for love. It's a blessing of love.
I'll start here because I have to, pardon me while I do a little house cleaning while we continue our talk.
So while Laura does house cleaning, these drums are called tabla. Oh, you are going to talk while you move.
I think at this point I will ask for the slide to be advanced. And there we go. This next song that we're going to do, you can see that it's in a foreign language. That language is Sanskrit. And we have been having a kirtan band lately and had a lot of fun with the Sanskrit chanting. It is fun. It is really fun. But it's more than fun. It's actually an avenue for transformative singing. And the way it works, usually, we are lucky to have Anton with his tablas here today, which are North Indian drums. The way it works is that usually a kirtan chant will start out slowly and then speed up as you go and become more rhythmic, more exciting until it's really fast and everyone's singing along. And then all of a sudden, I hear a signal from the drummer that we've reached peak velocity. And boom. So it slows down suddenly. And I don't know how many of you have done yoga before. There's quite a few people out there who've done yoga. So in yoga, you do like an hour of yoga or an hour and a half of yoga, like a long yoga session. And at the end, you lie down in the Shavasana pose and you get quiet and still and let the two sides of your body and your brain kind of integrate all of the nice extensions in the practice that you've done. So at the end of the chant, the kirtan chant, it's kind of the same concept. So when you hit that sudden slowdown, that's your time to just let it really sink in. All that energy that you just put into the mantra and into whatever blessings you're bringing, it's like a prayer, whatever blessings you're bringing into your life through the mantra, you just let that settle in to the center of your being. And so it's a beautiful moment, and hopefully you'll get to experience that live and in person today. Now, let me tell you the pronunciation of this chant and the meaning. So this is a chant for Ganesha, and that's the little elephant-headed god there that's pictured. Maybe he's not so little because elephants are not small. But Ganesha Sharanam means we take refuge in Ganesha. And the Ganesha Sharanam chant is typically used to open up a kirtan session, so where there's going to be multiple chants and songs sung during the session. So it opens with Ganesha, and it opens with Ganesha because Ganesha is the remover of obstacles in the Hindu tradition. And when we sing kirtan songs, it's not just like praying to an unfamiliar god. It's basically invoking a quality that God, any God, your concept of God, can give to you. So you don't have to think of it as some, unusual thing with this elephant god. Just invoke the qualities in yourself. So removing obstacles. The other thing about Ganesha is that in the Hindu tradition, he is the Lord of the Ganas. So Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We're invoking the name of Ganesha, the Lord of the Ganas. The Ganas were these guys who, in ancient times, forged into new territory. They were like the second sons, the ones who were not going to get the inheritance. And they went out, and they were probably not very nice people, and they, pushed into the frontiers, took what they wanted, and claimed new lands and brought some of the riches back to their families. So they weren't necessarily very nice guys. But why is this important? This symbolically can represent the quality of wildness in our life. You might even say it's a little bit of chaos. So what can we do with that through a musical chant? Well, we can ask to bring in the power of balancing order and wildness in our life, because we all have that need for some wild frontier-pushing creativity at times. But we also need to balance our checkbooks. It's like there's a way to balance order and wildness in our life while obstacles are removed in front of us and our life has a flow. So that's how we can use this chant. So if you want to say this with me, Ganesha Sharanam. Sharanam Ganesha. Great. And we'll repeat that a few times in the song. You'll easily get the hang of it. This next part is Om, which you all know, Om. And then the next word sounds like gum, like chewing gum, gum, Om gum. And then here's the long one, Ganapataye. Beautiful. So Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Great. Okay, you guys are all set. You're good. You're good.
So that last line means, I do namaste to the Lord of the Ganas.
I see the light in you. So I see the light that you can bring into my life to balance, order, and wildness. And I see that you can remove obstacles for me.
Can I say something? So we are teaching you this chant because this is a kirtan, is what we're going to do. Kirtan means to praise in Sanskrit, and it's call and response. So Laura sings the first line, and then you don't have to sing the response alone because I'm singing it with you.
Anton will be your response leader
I'll
today.
be your responder, your companion in response. So kirtan is popular in India, but before Christianity, kirtan was practiced in the Greek religion and the Middle East, and it was all over Europe up until around the 3rd century.
And what types of words would they have been using for that?
There was a lot of kirtan for the goddesses. And so basically, through the call and response, you want to ecstasy, you want to stand out of the way so that, and theosia zestia, so that God can enter into your body. You create, you empty yourself out, invoking the energies of the deities so that Spirit can fill you with enthusiasm. That's how the ancient Greeks looked at it. That's why we have those wonderful words to describe kirtan.
I like that. And if we get going really fast and anybody feels like dancing, that is totally fine. And if I had extra arms like Ganesha does, I'd be also playing little percussion instruments, but I don't have enough hands. We're in D, right?
We are.
Okay. Setting up a drone for us. Usually we would do this with a little keyboard instrument called a harmonium, but we couldn't fit it in the car, so we're just doing this keyboard drone. Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha.
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 Sharanam Ganesha.
Ganesha Sharanam, 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 Sharanam Ganesha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha.
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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
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 Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha.
Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha.
Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha.
Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
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 Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha.
Ganesha Sharanam, Sharanam Ganesha. So if this were a traditional kirtan, that song would have lasted a lot longer. But we have one more practice to go through, and that is where we use music in a spiritual practice. So what I found throughout the years, because I've been trying to figure this out, and I'm in my 70s. It's not necessary at a sweat lodge ceremony actually believe exactly in when you're chanting to Bigfoot, to believe in Bigfoot, when you're chanting to the spirit animals, when you're chanting the Sanskrit chants. What's important is to suspend disbelief so that these chants, these songs, if you go to a Native American sweat lodge, if you practice some other religious activity, so that these songs can serve as religious symbols so that that Spirit can speak through them to you. So we're going
So
to,
it's kind of like if you say a prayer, you don't know for sure what the outcome will be. I mean, we're putting, let it be, it is so, amen. We put that out there that it is, we affirm it. But, there's never a guarantee that God won't take us somewhere else on the path. And so being open to what we're asking for or something even greater is that suspending disbelief is like saying, yes, I am open to receiving what God has to offer me.
so the reason that I mention this is in this next song, I'll teach you the song, you'll learn it right away. And then we're going to use our power of visualization. And when we visualize something, whatever we're visualizing isn't exactly there before us, but we can still connect with that energy and transform ourselves through the power of linking music with our power of visualization. So, here's a song I'll teach it to you. I heard it in a dream a few years ago,
Please advance the slide one notch.
I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. So now I'd like you to visualize in your mind's eye somebody that you've had a troubled relationship. So for me, it could be my mother. But there will be someone that'll come up for you, and I want you to visualize that person before you and sing this song to them. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. So now, I want you to visualize remembering that every relationship we have is either an expression of love or a call for love. I want you to visualize this person that you've just visualized singing this song to you. Okay? Here we go. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. Lisa, we're not quite done yet. We are here because all of our progenitors, our grandparents, great-grandparents, their grandparents, back innumerable generations, had a desire to pass something important down. We are the product of that. The fact that we're all in this unity church means that, and the fact that we're picking up trash at a lake, means that we take that responsibility seriously, and there's some legacy that we want to pass down. So we want to send this energy of gratitude, which transforms us and others, to all those ancestors. If you can remember your grandparents, just picture a circle of all those ancestors around you, and we want to thank them for our life and for what they gave so that we can be who we are today. You guys ready? I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. So one last visualization. We've picking up trash, keeping this Unity Center as a beacon of light to the community. We've done a lot of good in our lives. Those ancestors would like to acknowledge that for us. So I want to visualize that whole circle of ancestors surrounding us, singing to each one of us. Okay? Here we go. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. I love you, I bless you, thank you for being in the world. Thank you for taking this little meditative journey with us. We've started out with this recognition that everything in the world is, we're swimming in a sea of connectedness, of love. It's what holds the universe together, what holds us together. And as we more deeply acknowledge that, we become more in alignment with that spirit energy in our core essence. So we started out recognizing that everything in the universe is an expression of love or a call for love. Then we did a little exercise where we could chant, feel that love, get out of the way, let that spirit infuse us. And finally, we ended with a musical practice tied with visualization. They call that sadhana in India, where it allows us to express that gratitude and feel that gratitude. Because gratitude is one of the biggest greases or oils for transformation. It's what it's what kind of cleans up our dark karma.
Not only that, scientifically they know it changes our brains, it changes our health. It's a doorway to a wonderful inner life and outer life as well. So that is our kind of super fast musical transformation journey for you today. We're going to do a little bit more because we're going to do a brief meditation with some music behind it. And with having just practiced loving and blessing everyone in our lives, basically, our ancestors, ourselves, we are going to now turn to this Tara mantra, which is a compassion practice. So when we're full of that love, we're going to sing this Tara mantra. Would you like to say anything about it?
Yes, we do this a lot of times at the end of a service because you want to take that energy that you've generated, you put some spiritual coins in your piggy bank, and you want to send it out to the world. And that makes you more of a clear channel, more of a beacon of light. So this is a chant to make us a channel of compassion and also remind us that compassion can be our first response. So again, we apologize for going a few minutes over, but we'll do the chant, the meditation, and then close the service. So thank you. Short version.
Now, if you'll just sink into that place in your heart, in your body, in your life, where compassion dwells. Let yourself be like Tara, sitting in a mantle of night sky, beautiful stars are all around, points of light of other beings, holding the flower of wisdom in one hand and letting that radiate into yourself, into your life. And just be in that place of peace and compassion. And from there we will move into the silence to just be with that in the silence. So we'll just emerge now back into song, bringing back some of that compassion to spread into our lives, and the lives of those around us and all we touch.
Tare tare, tu tare tu re soha. 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 Tare tare. Tu tare tu re soha, tare tare, tu tare tu re soha.
Wow. So, we here at Unity of the Valley Spiritual Center, we love you,
Thank you.
we bless you,
Thank you.
and we are grateful that you're in the world.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
You're very welcome.
So our ushers are on the way up, and it is our time to give, to donate. There are different ways that we could do that. We can do the text to give, which you see there on the board. It says give, and it has a number there, and you can give that way. You can also go to our website, and you will see a button that says donate. You can touch that button, and you can give. And our ushers here have these long baskets, and you can also give now. And that's what, I still do the paper thing, but we all have different ways that we could give, and we thank you in advance for doing so. So we will now do our blessing of tithes and offerings. God's love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive. I am grateful. Thank you. And to all of you who are watching us now, we say thank you for being here, as well as to all of you who are here today. Thank you. So now we will do our blessing, our affirmation of divine substance, which is the inexhaustible resource of spirit is equal to every demand. There is no reality in lack. Abundance is here and now manifest. So now let us stand. We can do a circle. We can hold hands or not, and we will sing our peace songs. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Phyllis. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, we are family. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. All right, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. We are one holy family. We celebrate our oneness and honor our diversity. And I'd like to affirm for us all today that we feel that love that is all around us, and that we go in love and give our compassion, friendship, and love to others that touch our lives and to the earth that supports us all. Amen.